Willkommen zurück, hier bei Willy Morgan. Wir sind auf dem Schiff scheinbar von unserem Papa gelandet. Ja, ich bin gespannt. Wir sollen ja irgendwie das Deck schrubben. Da oben ist ja wahrscheinlich drin. Oh.
What's happening now? I hope it's something important.
Oder auch nicht. Da sind Ratten im Frachtraum.
There are rats inside the magazine.
That's the reason you've been brought on, deckhand. Try to earn your daily rations. Anything else?
Someone stole the last barrel of grog.
What? This is really serious. But the quartermaster can take care of it. Anyway, no less than 100 lashes with the cat o' nine tails for the guilty party. Stealing the grog. The nerve. Anything else?
Captain, can you tell me your story?
Is this the reason you embarked?
I hoped to understand how you ended up here, Dad.
I have no time to get angry now. Go back to your duties. You can hear my story from the other members of the crew.
Okay.
Sorry, Captain. I'll leave you to your business.
Good. Go back to your duties, deckhand.
Okay. Ja gut, dann müssen wir erstmal gucken. Hier ist eine Puppe, so eine Voodoo-Puppe wahrscheinlich.
It looks like a voodoo doll. Some prankster guest of Kid must have left it here after his stay. Better not touch it. I wouldn't want its curse to remain active on some descendant of the represented person.
Na gut. Hier sind Klamotten.
Some well-preserved clothes.
Okay, da ist noch ein Hut. Wahrscheinlich müssen wir uns irgendwie verkleiden oder
An
so,
old
ne?
three-cornered hat. I think it belonged to some captain. Or someone from the upper class, anyway.
Okay. Bücher.
It doesn't strike me as the best time to start reading treatises on 17th century fashion. These are books on dressmaking in the 1600s. Evidently, Kid cared about being up to date on the evolution of European costumes. Or some guest left them during his holiday on the Adventure Galley.
Okay, was ist denn hier mit dem Riss? Macht er sich... Das ist doch bestimmt so ein Tee aus diesen Pilzen.
I can't reach it. Don Quixote de la Mancha. It's one of the first editions. Don Quixote, it's one of the first Dad looks busy. He completely got into the role.
Der haut sich da doch bestimmt so einen Cocktail
They
rein,
look like
ey.
nautical charts. Probably routes of the Adventure Galley.
Okay. Sonst irgendwas noch? Ne, Bücher, nur eine Puppe. Okay. Dann gehen wir mal runter. Kanone, Öffnung, Kleiderpuppe. Die machen wir doch mal voll.
It could be a good idea, but not here where nobody can see it. It's
Ach so.
According to a chronicle of the period, these wooden mannequins were used to make the crew size appear larger. The fear factor and the
Geil.
number of armed men visible was usually enough to win a battle without even fighting. Somebody carved the name they gave to this mannequin in the wood. Jimbo.
Ach, die habe ich mir einfach in die Tasche gesteckt. Na gut. Dann ist ja gut. Okay, hier ist eine Kanone.
Better not. The ship is docked on this side. There's a risk that the shot could ricochet and cause damage. It's a relatively new cannon. Probably after the last battle, Kid replaced the cannons that weren't working anymore. I can see the cave in which the ship is docked. It would be better to use the stairs.
Na gut. Gehen wir nochmal weiter runter. Ein Schwert.
This old sword could come in handy. Maybe I can learn how to handle it. If I'm not mistaken, near my house they just opened a school. The Swordmaster. That should guarantee success.
Ja, das denke ich nämlich auch. Jetzt müssen wir
Yuck. The hilt is all sticky. Time must have corroded the handle's material.
was war ganz gut ist, weil dann kann ich das
It's one
besser
of the
wahrscheinlich an
oldest
die...
cannons on the ship. It has probably never been replaced. You can tell by the notches engraved on it. Every notch shows a battle in which it was shot. 8 notches, so 8 battles. An interesting tidbit of information. I guess it's still armed and ready to fire.
Ja, dann...
This cannon is ready to shoot. I should have a valid reason to do that.
Just for fun geht wahrscheinlich nicht, ne? Na gut. Was ist hier in der Tür?
It's locked. If, as I suppose, this is the door to the hold, they have surely reinforced it. I obviously need the key to enter. I could ask the captain if he knows where I can find it.
Na gut, wir gucken jetzt erstmal.
It's not helpful to me like this. I'd only risk ruining it this way. I have to find a better use for them.
Was? Noch besser als das? Okay, hier sind auch Kanonen.
It's one of the galley's cannons.
Na gut, dann frage ich jetzt mal den...
It's an old... It will be more than 300 years old. At least as old as the Adventure Galley.
Na gut, wir fragen mal den Typen, also den Papa.
What's happening now? I hope it's something important.
Ja klar, hier.
I'll need the key to access the hold.
You still aren't an official member of the crew. You must earn this honor. Every new member must get to know the ship and gain the trust of the rest of the crew.
I think I already saw everything and talked with everyone.
Let's see if this is true of you. Answer
shit.
these 3 simple questions. First, name at least one member of the crew, except the captain, that you met on board.
Jimbo, genau.
Jimbo.
Second question, according to which code have the rules of life on board been drafted?
Ach du Kacke.
Grog and other delights?
Third and last question, how many battles have we faced until today?
8.
8.
I'm sorry, you're not ready yet. The answers are all around you.
Sorry.
Good.
Okay, das heißt, ich brauche immer noch...
These are books on dressmaking, evident or
Okay, dann brauche ich immer noch diese komischen...
Don Quixote de la Mancha. It's one of the first editions. Life on the Seas, Rules and Tasks on Board
Ja.
a Ship by William Kidd. It seems Kidd was writing a treatise. Interesting.
Okay. Das wird wahrscheinlich das Buch sein, was wir brauchen. Weil die anderen Antworten waren nämlich alle korrekt.
What's happening now? I hope it's something important.
Ja.
I'll
Use every...
I think
Let's
blub,
first.
blub, blub. Jimbo.
Jimbo.
Second question.
Da, hier.
Life on the Seas by Kidd.
Third and last question.
8.
8.
Well done. You have the honor of becoming one of Kidd's pirates. Among us, there's a pact of mutual friendship and loyalty. You deserve the key to access the hold.
Jawohl. Wofür auch immer.
Thanks, Captain. I'm honored to be part of your crew. Sorry, Captain.
Good.
Okay. Das heißt, wir gehen jetzt hier runter. Und damit machen wir die Laderaumtür auf. Da ist doch bestimmt diese Pilze drin. Das kannst du mir doch
Wow!
nicht...
The legends were true. This is the result of years of piracy in all the seas of the world.
Geil.
I'm not interested in taking these coffee beans. I'm already wide awake, especially after finding my dad.
Ja, war vielleicht der Vater daran
It
interessiert?
probably contains vanilla or cardamom. They were worth a lot of money on the European market. Coffee beans. Kidd and his crew knew their value very well. Doubloons and other coins. Surely the bounty from a raid of some ship headed from the Americas to Europe. Crates and coffers. They will surely be full of jewels and gold. Crates and coffers.
Kann ich nicht...
It's not helpful to me like this. It's not helpful. It's not help. It's not help.
Ich dachte, vielleicht kann ich dem... Oh, warte mal, Maske?
A golden mask. It seems of European origin. It's a mask. It doesn't seem to come from the Americas. I think it's the loot plundered from the assault on some ship coming from Europe.
Okay.
It won't be useful like this.
Nicht? Kann ich dann vielleicht...
This cannon is... I should have... When it was opened, the cannon could shoot.
Okay, wir müssen dem einen Adrenalinschub geben, ne? Damit er...
That is not its purpose. This old mannequin was used to deceive. The more mannequins there were, the larger. I could use it to distract my dad and enter his cabin. If I could disguise it as a pirate,
Yeah.
I could make it pass for one of Kidd's most bitter enemies. If I'm not mistaken, he named Morgan and Blackbeard earlier. I really see it as a Morgan.
Okay.
A classy touch. The hat makes it look more important.
Ja.
This gives it an aura of mystery. They seem the right size. I don't think there was much variety of measurements on a pirate ship. It's starting to look like a member of the crew.
Ja,
Let's try to make it meaner. Discreetly threatening.
Okay.
Jimbo the pirate really looks like Morgan now.
Okay, dann können wir jetzt gleich in seine... Ich dachte, wir müssen ihn erschrecken, weißt du, damit er sich so...
What's happening now? I hope it's something important.
Morgan ist auf der Brücke.
Captain, there's Morgan on the bridge.
Morgan. Damn scoundrel. You finally came back for the final showdown. It's really you, foul traitor. What nerve you dare show. By returning to the ship you turned your back on after it welcomed you as a child. Prepare yourself to face my wrath.
While Dad is busy, I can access the captain's cabin.
Geil, er bettelt sich jetzt da mit dem...
Dad has placed the logbook to protect the chalice's contents. Since I'm here, I better take them both.
Okay.
The same acrid smell of the mushrooms I saw in the cave emanates from the chalice. This could explain many things. Dad managed to survive all these years on a mixture of water and mushrooms. Even in small quantities, they sustain any organism that feeds on them and provide vital energy. On the other hand, they're also a powerful hallucinogen. Dad's state of shock following his fall from the cliffs, combined with the sight of Kid's ship, made him believe that he was the captain. If he keeps drinking from this chalice, he might never wake up. I have to get rid of this chalice. Professor Jones taught us that a strong adrenaline rush will counteract the mushroom's effect. First the chalice and then the adrenaline. One thing at a time.
Okay, den haben wir schon mal.
These are the nautical charts of the galley. They will be worth a fortune. With these, it would be possible to retrace the ship's routes and identify the places it visited. I can't deal with this right now. It's more urgent that I find a way to get out of here with Dad.
Okay, Statue.
It's the statue of a dragon. It was also Kid's nickname. Other than Scourge of the Seas, he was known as the Sea Dragon for the firepower of his cannons. Better leave it where it is. I don't need it to get Dad out of here.
Okay, was haben wir denn im
It's the
Logbuch
Adventure
stehen?
Galley's logbook. My first priority is Dad, though. Then I can study it calmly. It's a metal chalice. Dad uses it to drink. Inside it is a mixture of water and hallucinogenic mushrooms.
Okay. Uh-oh.
It's time to end the game. Don't show your face again, Morgan.
Look who's back. Henry and his kid, the young Morgan.
How did you manage to get here, Steve?
It wasn't difficult. I was looking for you all over town, and suddenly, what a stroke of luck. I saw you entering the crypt in the graveyard. I waited for you a long time. Eventually, I decided to enter and I saw the tunnel. Henry, I didn't think you were still alive. I am partly relieved. My regret was consuming me. In the end, you were right. Kid's ship was docked here in Bone Town.
How dare you come aboard my ship without permission and offend a member of my crew? Who are you?
Henry, don't you recognize me? It's me.
Dad! Captain! It's Blackbeard. He was also able to get on board.
Blackbeard. Yes, I recognize you now. I see that you and Morgan are still inseparable. You'll end up just like him.
Henry, not again.
You leave me no choice.
I understand, Henry. I'm ready.
On guard.
Whatever you want, Henry.
The day of reckoning.
Better keep a safe distance.
See who comes out.
Ah, warte mal, pass auf. Wir feuern jetzt mal aus der Kanone.
This cannon is ready to shoot. I should have a valid reason to do that.
Ja, ist Vater retten nicht ein triftiger Grund? Okay, die Duell.
Let's see what you can do.
On guard!
It's an engaging duel. I could stay here admiring them all day if I didn't have to save my dad and myself too.
Who comes out victorious?
Okay, aber wer ist... Ja,
It looks like a voodoo doll. Some prankster guest of Kid must have left it here after his stay. Better not touch it.
Chop, 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 chop. Aber wie mache ich das denn jetzt?
On guard.
Whatever you want, Henry.
Ich muss ja... Adventure Galley. Na gut, das ist hier... Ich habe gedacht, ich muss irgendwie die Kanone feuern, weißt du, dass die beide hinfallen oder so.
That's not a good idea. It could resurface in the vicinity of the ship. I have to find a way to get rid of it permanently.
Warte mal, könnte ich... Kann ich den Kelch... Kann ich den Kelch mit der Kanone wegfeuern? Ich meine, dann ist er wirklich... Dann ist er wirklich permanent weg, oder?
It should work.
Geil.
It's not a cannonball, so it won't have such a devastating effect. And now the coup de grace. Fire!
Cool.
I did it! Heck, I didn't see that coming. The racket from the cannon was more devastating than the shell itself. Better go back on deck and alert Dad.
Oh oh. Zerstörer der Welten.
You don't stand a chance this time.
We'll see. I admit it. You defeated me, Henry.
A victory over a man who was once a friend has no value for me.
Captain, I'm sorry to interrupt your duel, but I think we need to go. The cave is collapsing.
Captain, what are you talking about?
The adrenaline caused by the duels with Jimbo and Steve is reducing the effect of the mushrooms. Hurry, let's go. There's not much time.
Not before seeing the treasure. I've never been so close to it, and I have no intention of leaving now.
But Steve, not now. There will be other opportunities in the future.
Yes, Steve. The kid's right. Let's run while we still can.
Henry, do you recognize me?
Steve, is that you? Oh, I'm not sure what's happening. It feels like I just woke up from a long dream.
There's no time, Dad. Let's go.
Dad? How come? Who?
You go! I want Kid's treasure. It represents my whole life's work. Henry, just know that I didn't want any of this to happen.
Ist der doof?
Steve!
Farewell.
Ist der
Dad,
doof?
let's go.
Okay, I'll follow.
Ein paar Stunden später.
Dad, I finally found you.
Willy, is that really you? How long has it been?
10 years, Dad. 10 very long years.
10 years. So this means you received my letter.
Yes, but why did you only have it delivered after all this time?
I sensed that something was wrong with Steve. I could see it in his behavior. When I realized that the search for Kid's treasure was becoming an obsession, I started to suspect that he could hurt our family. I hid my piece of the map and decided to deal with him. You are a Morgan. You have the spirit of adventure in your blood. But you were only 5, and I didn't want to trouble Mom with such a burden. I hoped that in 10 years Steve's obsession would vanish. I decided that if anything ever happened to me, you, after turning the necessary age, would be ready to pick up from where I left off. So I sent the post-dated letter.
I read Steve's diary. I know you fell off the cliff. How did you survive?
A stroke of luck. I fell right into the sea, and the tide pushed me toward an underwater passage that led directly to the cave. I wanted to find a way to get back to the surface, but I had to recover my strength first. The last thing I remember is some really delightful mushrooms. Then, it's all a blank.
Dad, let's go back home. We have a lot of things to talk about. Plus, we have to find a way to tell Mom without making her faint.
Elizabeth. Yes, we should go back.
Ach, das ist ja schön.
Ready to leave Bonetown once and for all?
Bonetown is not a bad town. As soon as the legal formalities are arranged, we could think about coming back here. Remember, deep inside the cave is still the adventure galley. Who knows how much it can still tell the world about the golden age of piracy.
Speaking of which, when I took the chalice, I also brought the ship's logbook with me. Here it is.
Wie? Ende. Okay, ja gut, das, naja gut, was hätte jetzt noch passieren sollen, ne? Also, ich sag mal, der Vater ist wieder da, was ich sehr schön finde. Und damit ist das Spiel auch schon vorbei. Das waren jetzt, sagen wir mal, 8 Folgen. So knappe 4 Stunden oder sowas. Kurzes, knappes Spiel. Wobei ich muss sagen, die Geschichte an sich fand ich schon ganz cool. Also, ne, auch so mit dem bösen Papa und all das. Die Rätsel waren, ja, bis auf das eine, wo wir so ein bisschen auf dem Schlauch gestanden haben, jetzt nicht ganz so schwer, wie ich gedacht habe. Was ich schön fand, ist, dass da einfach ganz viele Anspielungen auch auf andere Spiele, andere ja, Sachen einfach drin waren. Wie zum Beispiel Captain America Schild oder ganz am Anfang das mit One Piece und sowas. Das finde ich ganz schön. Das letzte, das war ja hundertprozentig irgendwie so eine Ankündigung für einen zweiten Teil. Wobei ich muss sagen, ich bin froh, dass ich mir das Spiel im Sale gekauft habe und nicht den Vollpreis dafür bezahlt habe. Weil dafür war es wirklich ein bisschen kurz, aber an sich, wie gesagt, fand ich sehr schön gemacht. Mal wieder so ein richtig klassisches Point-and-Click-Adventure. So ein paar Rätsel, die aber relativ schnell sich wiederholt haben. Weiß nicht, wie ihr seht, könnt ihr das mir gerne in die Kommentare schreiben. Dann ja, bin ich mal gespannt, was ihr dazu sagt. Ansonsten, ja, bleibt mir nichts anderes übrig, als mich bei euch zu bedanken, dass ihr ja mit dabei wart, dass ihr das Spiel euch mit angeschaut habt. Und ja, dann sehen wir uns bei einem anderen Spiel hier auf diesem Kanal wieder. Ja, ich freue mich. Bis dahin, auf Wiedersehen.